Have you ever had a plan fall apart and found yourself asking, why me? Or what went wrong? It's natural to want to understand why things didn't go as planned, especially when we face failures or setbacks. We want answers. But often, we jump to conclusions. We blame others, external forces, or bad luck. But does that really explain everything? When life goes wrong, it's hard to accept that we might have contributed to the problem. We tend to look for someone or something to blame. Is it the government? Social systems? Someone's malice? But when you think about it, how often do we know the full truth? Can we really pinpoint exactly who or what is to blame? The need for explanations can feel comforting, but these answers can leave us feeling helpless. What could I have done differently? How was I supposed to know? But what if the source of our struggles isn't out there? What if it's inside us? Often, it's our own irrationality, our emotional responses, that are the real culprits. We get caught up in our emotions and make decisions based on feelings instead of facts. Look at the 2008 financial crash. People lost homes, jobs, and savings. At the time, most blamed corrupt practices and bad luck. But few stopped to ask, why did so many people get swept up in risky behavior? This has happened before. The stock market crash of 1929, the South Sea bubble of the 1720s, it wasn't just bad luck, it was emotional. Greed, fear, and optimism clouded people's judgment. Don't we do the same? Sometimes we let emotions drive us, leading to decisions we regret. Why do we make these mistakes? Because of our emotions. We can't escape them. They influence our thoughts and decisions. Think about this. How often do you make decisions when you're angry, excited, or anxious? How many times have you said, I know I shouldn't be reacting this way, but I can't help it? The truth is, our brains are wired to feel first and think later. Emotions helped our ancestors survive. But today, those same emotions often lead us astray. For millions of years, animals relied on emotions to survive. A reptile senses danger and runs. But for humans, emotions became more complex. Fear, jealousy, desire. Emotions are part of how we think and interact, but they're not always accurate. Our brains are like a house with 3 floors. The first is the reptilian brain, controlling basic instincts. The second is the emotional brain, dealing with feelings like fear and joy. The top floor is the neocortex, where logic and reasoning reside. The problem is, emotions often hijack our thinking. We feel things intensely but can't always explain why. Think about the last time you got really angry at someone. Did you stop to wonder if your anger was about something deeper, like fear or jealousy? Can you remember a time when you lashed out only to realize the issue was within you, not the other person? How can we stop making these emotional mistakes? The first step is recognizing that we are emotional beings. We all have irrational tendencies, but the key is to be aware of them. Can you look back and see moments where your emotions led you to bad decisions? Understanding our emotions is crucial. Rational people aren't emotionless. They just know how to control their impulses. They recognize emotional triggers and think beyond them. Rational people are aware of their emotions, but don't let them control their actions. They think about the long-term consequences. Irrational people act on impulse. They get defensive when their emotions are challenged and repeat the same mistakes. Do you see this in yourself? The good news is, we can train ourselves to be more rational. It's not about getting rid of emotions. It's about understanding them. Emotions guide us, but we don't have to follow them blindly. Rationality doesn't mean being cold or detached. It's about balancing emotions with logic. Understanding our feelings helps us make better decisions. Here are 3 steps to improve your rational thinking. Recognize low-grade irrationality. Pay attention to small emotional reactions throughout the day. Are you making decisions based on moods or unconscious feelings? Can you notice when emotions are influencing you? Understand high-grade irrationality. This happens when emotions like anger or anxiety become overwhelming. Recognize these heightened states and try to step back before acting. Ask yourself, Am I reacting emotionally right now? Strengthen your thinking. Practice activities that challenge your reasoning skills and make time for reflection. The more you work at it, the better you'll become at balancing emotions with logic.